So I just read this hilarious comment from Impassionata on the Slate Star Codex subreddit in response to someone asking about professional blacklisting of conservatives and whatnot. And this is a pretty this is some quality lunacy. This post just gets crazier and crazier as it goes on. So I thought I would do a little dramatic reading here. I'll link to it in the description. I'll be honest, it is sufficient reason for me to doubt your word in most matters, negate or ignore your opinions on policy, and generally keep you out of my life. Your employment is none of my business. It's your job to convince someone you're a person of honor and integrity. Maybe you can do that. Maybe you can't do that without injecting politics into the workplace. A common Trump supporter weakness, and that makes it harder for you to hold a job. I don't see why that should make me sad. I will tend to believe, whatever it is you say, that you are more suspicious of darker-skinned immigrants and would like to see them out of the country at any moral cost, including the internment of children separate from their parents and support for actual internment camps on American soil. Whatever you say is now belied by these actions. You cannot be trusted to be honest or accurate on immigration. I will tend to believe that you're the kind of person that deliberately misgenders transgender people because you can't wrap your head around it, and you like people who are mean, unlike you, Impassionata. As the line goes, Trump mocked a disabled reporter, and that wasn't a deal breaker for you. You can't be trusted to be nice. I have little hope for your marriage, which is to me the key measuring stick of a man, because your idea of what a man is has been so compromised and polluted. What you apparently think of as masculinity is both alien to me and complete garbage, so I don't trust you in matters personal. I don't trust you when it comes to matters of law and order. You are forced to believe that if you like someone, you must ignore or overlook the crimes they have committed. That makes you a reckless anarchist where the rules are based on the personality of the person. Turning around and doing what you perceive has been done for Hillary, but twice as much, does not excuse you. You cannot be trusted when it comes to law and order. There was a time when Trump support had to be weighed against Hillary support. A time where we could hope for a moderate version of Trump to emerge. This time is over. Yes, because North Korea, obviously a nuclear wasteland as we speak. Trump support, which has persisted this long, that can stand by the unindicted co-conspirator, is verging on traitorous. You are no patriot in my eyes. You do not love this country in a way I can understand or appreciate. What you view as love, I view as desecration. And I have absolutely no interest in your future success. This isn't hate, though. It's practicality. You've, not you specifically, put your countrymen through the worst presidency in history and relentlessly mocked those that dare point out that it's the worst presidency in history because you are hypocrites when it comes to free speech. Speech which makes you bleed suddenly doesn't sound so good. Ultimately, you're the only one that your Trump support is going to hurt. We have better things to do than try to track down Trump supporters and punish them. Better things, including writing this. But I think you should dwell on the fact that this wasn't just a sports team, that your support has cost you friendships, and you may be the one that needs to apologize, as it becomes clearer and clearer that the presidency will end in ruin, and was always going to have ended in ruin. We do actually have some pretty woke replies here, though. Let's go through some of the good stuff. The only good part about this post, you confirm by your own word that you proudly represent everything terrible about politics, culture war discourse, and to be more productive for everyone else if we just ignored you. That's accurate. Also, get back to me when Trump was responsible for interning several 100,000 Americans based on their ethnicity or turning. Yeah, that's actually an accurate retort, seeing as the first thing Impassionata brought up here was, of course, the internment of parents. I don't claim to be the world's top World War II scholar, but I believe if that's your barometer for a bad presidency, something kind of like that happened back in the 40s. Am I right? maybe on about 100 times the scale or so. But, you should probably talk to some World War II scholars about that. Damn, dude. I appreciate your honesty. I actually agree with a lot of what you have to say. I think you're vastly underestimating how bad Bush was. That's accurate. Trump is a disaster in my opinion, but George W. Bush was so much worse. I don't think it's possible Trump could do anything worse than the Iraq War. Yeah, that's accurate. That's accurate. Trump actually seems to have a little bit more of an eye on the whole peace thing, if you look at his peace summits with North Korea and so on. But yeah, that's obviously worse than a million dead Iraqis. I see your ideology as more dangerous than Trump. Bunny, under it, any disagreement is a grave moral failure and justification for punishment. Yes, you're waking up to the progressive ideology there, fuck duck 9000. Seems up the stakes and there's blah blah blah. Let's see. When it comes to a willingness to dehumanize your outgroup, at least we know where you stand. It certainly reflects in your character and not in a positive way. That's true. The worst presidency in history. Let's see. Not even the worst in the last 20 years. Destabilizing wars drag on for 2 decades. Yeah, that's true. Again. Let's see. Here we got a long post. Again, Bush started a war that killed north of 1 million people. Hillary organized the overthrow of Libya. Yes, I wonder why that one didn't get as much play in the media as Iraq. I wonder. Very mysterious. Turning a low-grade rebellion into a hellscape with 10 times as many killed, reintroducing human slavery. Obama propped up Syrian rebels against Assad. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see. You appear to think that enforcing the immigration laws as written is worse than spreading death and misery over multiple countries for decades to come. And that also brings in an interesting point that Trump is not unique in enforcing immigration laws, not even among presidents of other parties. Bill Clinton and Obama both immigration laws were enforced under both of them, actually. I put a speech in here about you, it's the real monster, but that's bullshit. I'm not sure about that. Let's see. Yada, 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 yada. Oh, here's one I liked because of the sheer accuracy. Maybe you can't do that without injecting politics in the workplace. A common Trump supporter being is, I'm in IT, so I'm not going to pretend that I have a representative sample, but at least as far as I have seen, it's basically never right-wingers doing this. Yeah, that's very accurate. Oh, and then Impassionata comes back. Right-wingers are even worse. How have you seen right-wingers injecting policy in the world? James Damore. And really, Damore is your example? Yes. I can only hope that others don't have the practicality in the arts you do. Thanks for that. Yes. So got some pretty woke takes. So that's something of a relief because whoo, that's some real craziness.